Welcome to Lesson 3. In this lesson, we'll cover the basics of navigation, views, and selection in the SDS2 3D model. In Lesson 2, I demonstrated how to access the rotate command, as well as using the zoom in and out using the mouse scroll wheel. I'll now continue with a refreshing of these two commands. While in the default Select Items mode, press and hold the Shift key to reveal the Rotate command on the middle mouse button. Then click the middle mouse button and rotate. At times, it may appear that you're rotating around some unknown location instead of the pointer in space. To remedy this, simply select an item from the model, and the rotation will then be based around that selected item. The scroll wheel will allow you to zoom in and out of the screen, focusing on the mouse pointer location. Now that we are refreshed, from the navigation pull-down menu, you can see a number of available navigation commands. I'll focus on the ones most commonly used. To zoom into an area, also known as Zoom Window in other programs, you can right-click and select Zoom into Region. Or you can simply type ZW from the keyboard and create your area box to zoom into. Using the right click again, you can unzoom to the extent of the visible steel. To demonstrate what I mean by extensive steel, I will load the status display configuration from the previous lesson and then unzoom again. When an item is selected, you can use the Zoom to Fit option. You can select from either the model to zoom to fit, or you can select from the model tree and zoom to fit as well. If you have not yet noticed, from the default Select Items tool, middle button, you have the pan operation by using a press and release action. I will finish with the Zoom Out to Region. From the right-click menu, select Zoom Out to Region, drag a box on the screen, and the current view will be placed into this box. From the right-click menu, you can open plan and elevation views created by the detailer. In the Erector Station and Erector Plus, you can create and save your own views. From the right-click menu, you can create section views by selecting 2 points. The snap points, or point locators as they are called in SDS2, will be covered in the ruler lesson. Right-click and select Section View. As I select the first point and then drag to the second point, you'll see an arrowhead formed. This will indicate the view direction. Once the second point is selected, you will snap to the view. Plan View will snap you into a plan view at the specified elevation. I will type in the top of steel 16 foot 2 3/4. Notice with SDS2, any values before the dash is a foot, after the dash is inches, and after the space is fractional. When the plan view is used, you will see the elevation indicated in the current elevation. The open view name remains the same. Plan view is one great way to get your bearings straight when you get turned around in the model. It also sets the working plane. As I've seen in Lesson 2, I will use the Revert view to move back to the original position of the current view. We can confirm this by looking at the elevation information field stating 16 foot 8. I will zoom into a portion of this model to cover selection. There are 2 parts to selection. The first part will cover selection and review on a stick model. The second part will cover selection and filters on the solid model. Before I venture into selection, I'd like to point out that to review any object in model, you can use the right-click review. Or you can simply double-click on an object. Note that this will clear any other selected items. To select a single model object, single-click with your mouse on the item. When you select another item, the previous item selection will be cleared. To clear a selection, all you need to do is use your mouse and select in an area where there are no objects in the model. You can also use a right-click and select Clear when that option is available. To add to this selection, press and hold Shift on your keyboard, then select the object. To remove, press and hold Control, then select the item to be removed. When you press and drag your mouse from right to left in an area, you'll create a crossing indicated with a dotted line. This action will select any item that the dotted line crosses over. When you drag your mouse from left to right, this is an inclusive indicated by a solid line. The only items that are completely within the box will be selected. The option to add items by selecting Shift or remove items by selecting Control will function with this area selection. If multiple items of the same type are selected and you right-click Review, a multi-review screen will appear. If the selected multiple items are not the same, for example a beam and a column, the Properties or User Attribute screen will appear. This completes the lesson. Lesson 4 will cover solids, surface, and depth check, which is similar to cropping a view.